Hey, it's Barry here with Handle and Blade, where we take anything with a handle and a blade and put it through a battery of tests so you can see just how well a knife that you might be interested in performs in the real world, testing real world things you're going to be cutting, chopping, slicing, dicing, whatever it may be. In today's episode, we're going to be putting this FLISSA knife to the test. This is one I hadn't seen before. It has a reverse Tonto blade. It's stainless steel. The handle is a G10 handle. If you are not familiar with G10, it's going to be epoxy and fiberglass handle that is really compressed down. It has a really nice texture to it, nice and grippy, so you're not going to find yourself slipping and sliding on your handle. It has a nice deep curve here for your index finger to go into to really get locked in. This is a flipper model, and it has the thumb studs as well. Okay, so from a flipper standpoint, it flips out, or you can use your thumb studs. We'll talk about some pros and cons of this knife here as we move along, so hang with me on that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and jump right into some tests on some real world things that you're going to wind up using your knife for. We don't cut paper on this channel. I've never had a need to go buy a knife because I wanted to slice paper, okay? I'm using it out doing things. So first thing we got is a 3-strand rope here. We're going to just go ahead and see how well it cuts through the rope. So just go ahead, there's one push through. It does a pretty good job. Leaves a little bit of fraying on the ends, so not 100% clean cut, but it still did it without too much effort at all. Next thing we got is a boat strap, basically like a seat belt would be, so we're going to see if it cuts through. No problem at all on that. Did a really good job with that. If you're out just on a campsite or down at a boat dock, you need a piece of rope for something, whatever it may be, we're going to put this rope to the test, and you can see it cut through that as well. Same basic thing though, a little bit of fraying, not a clean razor slice sharp, but it went through very easily, so not bad at all. We're going to jump over to some paracord now, another common thing that you might be cutting out on the campsite or whatever you're doing, and it cuts through like butter on that one, so no problem at all. But again, just a little bit of fraying. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just taking note of everything on this channel. You're going to find that we're going to be hypercritical of anything and everything with these knives because we want you to be able to make a great decision on a knife that you're buying. When it comes to something like here we got a zip tie. Okay, that's a common thing you'll find with packaging, things like that. I'm just basically going to take the knife tip, put it up underneath there, popped it right off, no problem whatsoever. That again is one thing I really like about this knife design. It has a really sharp tip point here, as you can see, and we've shown you, and it does really well for getting and digging in. So if you're trying to dig into your wood there and just kind of drill out a hole, because you're going to use it for fire starting and things, you can get in there and start really digging that out. If I took some time, I'd do that. If you're trying to just get some just some spikes for your tent, or just spikes for hot dogs, whatever it might be. This is a pepper tree, which is a fairly hard wood. Does pretty good on, no problem as far as whittling it down, so that's real good there. All right, now let's go ahead and just jump to cardboard. Hey, when you order a knife or anything coming in, Amazon, whatever, we just want to see how sharp it is. There we go. Sharp as can be as far as that. Again, I can't say enough about how sharp this point is on this tip. It's cut through that cardboard like nothing, so did very, very good on that. And lastly, I think we'll just go ahead, if you happen to be assigned a cook job there out at the campsite, just a simple carrot, but cuts nice, real easy, nothing to it. I said the word carrot, my dog's like, carrot, I want some carrot. Tilly, you want carrot? Of course you do. Here, come and get some carrot. Are you down there? There you go. So, all right, let's talk about the pros and cons real quick, and we'll go ahead and wrap this up. So overall, I really like the knife. I like the shape of the blade. I like the reverse Tonto style. The really sharp tip is very, very good, and it really works well when you're cutting into different types of materials. One thing and the handle as well, really nice in the hand. Real finger locks in, index finger locks in. It's got a nice grippy handle. The G10 handles they're great all around. So a nice thing to look for in a knife. Now, the only thing that I can say I don't necessarily like is the fact that where the clip is positioned. That's it. You cannot move this clip anywhere else. Personally, I like when I have my knife on, I'll just put it on my pocket here, okay? When it's here, the flipper is up here. I like to have the flipper down here so that when I lift up, I can flip and I'm ready to go, okay? If I'm using this for, let's say, a self-defense type situation, okay? I can't do that with the way it's set up here. I have to kind of pick it up at an awkward angle, spin it, and then come out, okay? So it's a little bit awkward, takes a little bit more time to do. So I do prefer a handle that is changeable to different positions, or have it set up so the flipper is at the bottom on the right side, me personally. And then if you're left-handed, a lot of times you'll be able to reverse it to this side, so that way if you're this way, you can lift up and flip out. But you can't do that with this knife. That's the only drawback that I can really find on this. Just before we wrap up here, let's go ahead and just do a quick measurement. We're 4 3/4 on the handle. I'll show you there. Pretty close on that. And then the blade itself is about 3 1/2. So there you go. The overall, that's what we're looking at, 8 inches, just about 8 inches there. I have a fair size hand, so for me fitting this, we'll leave it here. So for me, putting my hand over the handle here, that definitely covers up, you know, the full handle there to 4 inches. So you can see I've got that pretty well covered up in my hand. So it's not too big there, and I will do one more just off the pocket, just so you can see as far as how far down it comes. It's not a big knife, right? I mean, it's obviously not a micro knife, but it doesn't take up a lot of room. Normally I keep these up here on my belt, but just to give you an idea of how high it is or how tall. Not a real big knife, easily fits in the hand. I can pretty much cover it up. So there you go. This is again the FLISSA brand knife. Check out the link below if you're interested in it, and leave me a comment. If you have one of these, let me know. Hey, you like it, you don't like it, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. And if you have a specific knife that you want me to put through a series of tests before you buy it, put that down in the comment section, and I'll be sure to pick up that knife and put it through the same series of tests that we put them all through. So thanks for watching. If you have not yet subscribed, hit the notification bell, and make sure you hit that subscribe link so you can stay tuned to all the knives, axes, machetes, everything that's got a blade and a handle we're going to be putting into the test. So thanks for watching.